back again to my channel. My name is Funto. If you're seeing my face for the first time, you're welcome. You haven't missed much. I upload content on my lifestyle, my health, my faith, and relationships. If you're interested in watching, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and like, and all of that good stuff. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into this. For those that are returning to my channel, you're very welcome. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for your love and your support. I appreciate it. I know I've been gone for a few months and I just started YouTube. I know it's awkward, but I'm back, and I'm back for good now, God willing. I will be posting a video once a week now, either a vlog or a sit down video, a day in my life or things like that, but I will be posting a video once a week now going forward. I was gone because I let enjoyment get the better of me, and honestly, you know, it was just a lot going on during the holidays, and I was trying to take things easy, so that's the reason why I took a little break. But I'm back now, and welcome back again to my space, my channel. Today I'm just going to be talking about my takeaways from 2020. 2020 was that year that was, I know that a lot of people say unprecedented, but after a while it just became precedented. It was like it was normal, but it was just an unprecedented year for everyone, and it was a year that threw us for a loop. It threw us for a curveball. We're not sure what to do at first. We didn't know how to associate, and it was just a year where a lot of people started trying to figure other things out, and YouTube was one of the things that I started in 2020. So I mean, as bad as 2020 was to all of us, we're just grateful that we made it into the new year, and we're thankful that God saw us fit to keep us. It's not because of what we do, right? It's not because of how religious or how spiritual we are. It's just because of His mercies and His grace, and I have to pitch that in because it's not about our works. I have to put that in there because it's not about our work. It's not something that we could have done right. But we're thankful that we're here in 2021, and all glory goes to God. But without further ado, I just want to talk about like my key takeaways for 2020. What did I learn in 2020, and what do I aspire to do in 2020? Either do better or not do at all, or just improve upon. Comment down below, do you make resolutions for the new year? I know that that's like so years ago, but some people still do make resolutions and they stick to it. I don't. What I like to do is I just write aspirations, what I aspire to do, what I hope to do better. And this year I actually did a vision board. If you need help, or if you have any questions on how to create your own vision board or what a vision board is, I'll be more than happy to drop a video showing you what a vision board is and how that can impact your life for good. So instead of resolutions that are, oh, by January 1st I must do this because it's a new year, and then you don't end up making your goal, a vision board kind of puts things in perspective where you can see it visually and you can visualize your plans, and hopefully keep you grounded to follow through. So that's what I did for this new year. I created a vision board. So I'm excited about that. I'm pretty excited about what I have on my vision board. I wouldn't be sharing it. Maybe at the end of the year I will share what I had and what I was able to accomplish and things like that. But just drop a comment if you want help, or if you need help, or if you want me to talk about what a vision board is or vision boarding. But yeah, what my key takeaways for 2020? What did I learn in 2020? How could I have done better in 2020? And what do I hope to learn in 2021? Well, first things first, in 2020 I learned that that verse that says that we can make plans, but ultimately God orders our step. I think that's one of the Bible verses that resonates with me. I'm going to put the scripture on the screen so you can see where exactly I'm quoting, but that scripture resonated with me more than ever this past year. It was the year that a lot of people had planned. In fact, even me, I had planned to travel more and just do more fun things, and we ended up staying at home. But what was my takeaway? I think that my takeaway from that is, number one, I need to rely on God more. I think we give little credit to the fact that God ultimately has everyone's plan, everyone's tiny little wish and aspirations and hopes, and He sees everything, and we just have to rely on God. I'm a person of faith, so this is something that speaks spiritually to me. Like, I mean, a lot of us had plans. and we are not able to carry out the plans because we had a pandemic. And even in the midst of the pandemic, people lost so many things, and so many people lost even relatives and friends. And so no one plans for that. But then what I took away from that is I don't think we understand enough how God's grace, is able to actually, that it's good to plan. And I'm not saying that don't plan. It's very good to plan, but ultimately there's a higher power out there. There's a higher power that can determine, ultimately if our plans fail or if they come to pass. And so my takeaway was to just fully rely on God. I mean, not just by my mouth or by my saying, to literally put everything in God's hands. I mean, I know that I've talked a lot about my health and sickle cell. Some of these things that I share, even me myself, I don't understand it, that I've been able to live, 30 something years and in good health with sickle cell, and I'm still here and I'm thriving. It's such a big deal to me, because I ultimately just let God take total control of that part of my life. So if I can give God control of that part of my life, why not everything else? Why not my aspirations? Why not my hopes and my dreams? So that's my biggest takeaway of 2020. Another takeaway of 2020 is that the big things that we think matter don't really matter. Little things are the ones that matter. So our health, and just a shelter, a roof over our head, and just basic survival things. I mean, I was teasing one of my friends who has lots of and that's not to say that it's not good to buy designer things. I'm not against that. Please go ahead and do that if that's your prerogative. I'm just saying, I had a friend that she has all of these designer items, and I was like, can you imagine, we're locked down at home. Can you even wear all those things out? There's nowhere we're going, right? We're all locked in. So all of these things that we all want to just put on and show off and, make ourselves feel good about ourselves, we couldn't even exhibit that because we're locked in. So at the end of the day, those things didn't matter, or they still don't matter, because we're locked down, we're inside our houses. And the things that matter are the people that you're spending that time with, how you're building that relationship, building the relationship. I think my husband and I got closer this past year just because we're in each other's faces. And this was one of the years that I can say that we had less arguments. And I don't know if that's because we're home and, we were able to talk through them faster than if one person was traveling or one person was going to work. It was just the year where we had less arguments because we were able to sit down, we were right in each other's faces and talk through it. And I also recommend counseling. I try to go at least every couple of years, because marriage is not a end all be all. It's not like, oh yeah, you're in a marriage and you're supposed to just figure it out from there. But this was the year where 2020 was the year where I felt like I solidified my relationship with my husband, and we're kind of on the same page on most things, not all things yet, but on most things where we're able to communicate effectively. And so those other things that I would think normally matters, it didn't matter in 2020. So to just pay attention to my circle of friends, my family, and love them as much as I can, to show love, to say it as often as I can. My daughter, my 8-year-old, she can love me to death. I love you, mommy. I love you, mommy. And sometimes it gets so overwhelming, but I see why it's very important for us to reiterate that over and over. And that's because, the time is so short, and those are the things that matter. So those were my takeaways for 2020. Comment down below, what were your takeaways for the year 2020? What was that light bulb moment? What was that light bulb moment that made you realize, this year going forward, I'm going to just do this better, or take this seriously? I want to know what you think down below. Go ahead and comment down below if you have any takeaways from the year 2020. All right, so 2021, what are my aspirations for 2021? What do I hope to do better? What do I not hope to do at all? What am I looking to do in 2021? Well, first things first is to be consistent. I feel that a lot of the times I set my mind to do something, and usually for the most part when I do set my mind to do something, I do it successfully. But for some reason, I struggle with just being consistent and procrastinating a lot, and it's getting the better of me. For example, I would say YouTube. I mean, I was gone for 2 months. I just started YouTube. That doesn't even make any sense. I just feel like I wasn't consistent. And if I'm consistent, I will see the results that I'm expecting. I can't just not be consistent and be expecting some results. So I plan to be more consistent. Another example for that is this past year I learned how to do, I have 2 girls, so I mean we're home, and I normally do their hair, but I wanted to learn how to do better with doing their hair. And I watched like YouTube videos on how to like add extensions, add braided hair to my older daughter's hair, and before you know it, I was able to braid her hair. I'll probably insert a picture here if I can find it, and I felt so proud of myself. So I can only imagine if I set to be consistent in every other area of my life, how things would turn out. Even YouTube, I mean, you know, so I just want to, you know, tell myself to be more consistent and, you know, just do better with not being, oh yeah, you have to be perfect, things have to be like white and black, and you know it has to be this way or that way. It's just being consistent, just showing up. There was this quote I saw somewhere where it says, don't play small and package it as humility. I think a lot of the times we like to second guess ourselves, and in doing that we kind of limit our potential. And so this is the year where I don't want to play small. I want to go all out. If I have a conviction to do something, I want to go and do it with everything that I've got. So that's my second aspiration, is to not play small, to not limit myself, but to just go and get what it is I'm being convicted to get. The third aspiration for 2020 is to guard my heart. We have so many things flying around, politics, so many things that can cause distractions and cause our heart to be overwhelmed. And it's funny because last year, whenever this news broke of the pandemic and we were watching the news, it was just sad stories, and my husband was like, we need to switch off, we need to, you know, just switch off from all of this. And then if it's not protest here, it's protest back home. It's just so many things going on. And so I want to guard my heart very, 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 very diligently this year. There's even a Bible verse that says, guard your heart diligently, because out of it comes is just issues of life. So I want to make sure that I'm guarding my heart, paying attention to what serves me well, paying attention to you know, just things that edify me. I plan to do that this year, listening to things that edify my spirit, because I realize that when my spirit man is not doing well, I tend to show it on the outside. I tend to not more agitated. So I plan to guard my heart this year. And the fourth and final thing I plan to do this year is to be more compassionate. Sometimes I can come across as very direct, and as much as we want to be direct, we also want to show compassion. Jesus showed compassion. Even when he was rebuking people, he still had that side of him that showed compassion. So I just want to be a little bit more compassionate. I want to feel people's pain, and so that I can know how to relate with them. A lot of times when we listen to people's issues, we listen to reply. We don't actually listen to assimilate and understand what they're going through. So this year I want to be more compassionate, just show compassion, show mercy to others in ways that they're struggling. That doesn't mean that I would not be realistic in like my advice or in my opinions. It's just that I can give those opinions and advice compassionately, and that's something I want to work on this year. So tell me, what do you plan on doing in 2021? Do you plan on doing anything differently, or you're just going to be winging it and just hoping that things work out? Because sometimes, you know, we can't kill ourselves. So tell me down below what you plan on doing in 2021, what you plan on improving upon, how you plan on being better in 2021, or what you plan to get rid of in 2021. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you enjoyed sharing. I hope you missed this space. I'm back now. I'm back for good, for real. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you enjoyed my plans, my takeaway for last year and my plans for this year. And yeah, please share if you have anything else down below. I will see you all in my next video. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and share. And have a happy, happy, happy new year. And I hope that God continues to remain with you and abide with you in everything that you do.